Hi folks, it's been a while since I've done a YouTube video. I thought I would actually do an update to my very first YouTube clip, which was how to how I do my research on finding over 2.5 goal games. So what I thought I'd do is show you my main screen. So what I'm going to try and do is show you the apps that I use and how I kind of do my research. So the main app that I use, and a lot of people that followed me for a while will know this, I use this FaultMob app, just in the third one from the top down the right hand side here. I like to use this app, I'm going to press it just now, is because it's really well laid out. You've got all the different leagues, you've got all the particular games that are playing. It tells you what day. You can see up at the top it says today, which is going to be Friday, and it kind of makes things nice and clear. You can expand the leagues or you can collapse them depending on what games you're looking at. So I'm going to go through a few games just so that I can show you how I work the research. So first game I'm going to go for is the German game, Wolfsburg versus Mainz 5. So just click on the game. So what I'll normally do is I'll look at the two teams first. So I'll tap on the club badge, which is Wolfsburg. When you do that, it kind of brings up the last 5 results. So you've got here 6-1, 4-0, 3-0, 0-2, 3-2. So to me that tells me you've got 4 games out of the 5 have had over 2.5 goals. Okay, so that's the first thing I would look at. Then I'd look at the away team, tap on their icon again. Last game, 0-0, a 3-2, 2-1, 1-1 and a 4-0. So 3 out of the last 5 games, they've got over 2.5 goals. So both look half decent. Next thing I'll look at is the table. Now with the table, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for teams as far away from each other as possible. My reasoning behind that is when you've got two teams who are quite close to each other. So in this one you've got Mainz, who's the away side, and you've got Wolfsburg, who are about 5 points less than them in the league. So there's a little bit of a gap. But if they were, say, if Wolfsburg were in Eintracht Frankfurt's position, I might not actually go for it no matter what the stats say, just because I think that teams that are so close to each other in the league, they tend not to kind of produce a lot of goals. So, but anyway, there's a bit of a distance between these two teams. What I'm also looking at is how many games they've played. So they've played 30 games, so plenty of kind of information should be there. How many times they've won, 11 and 10, so fairly even. How many times they've drawn games, 6 and 4. This is another really key bit. How many goals have they scored? 43 for Mainz. So you're talking about just over a goal a game. But also what's crucial is how many have they conceded. So they've only lost 36 goals. So again, you're considering that they're losing about a goal a game, just over that. Wolfsburg don't seem to score a lot of goals. They've only got 34 goals in 30 league games, but they do concede a lot of goals, so they're losing at least 1.5 goals a game. So then another thing that I tend to use is the head-to-head section. So if you look at this one, last 2 games have been over 2.5 goals in them. What you can do here is another really good feature of the FaultMob app is you can do view all, and it will go back for years. So whereas I might use another app like Flash Score or Sofa Score or Soccerway to get lots of results, for head-to-heads it's quite good for that. So again, let's have a look at the head-to-head, and it's got a nice good feature where, home side have won out of the 23 games that they've played. You've got 7 home wins, 6 away wins, and 10 draws. So last 5 times they've played each other, 3 out of the 5 have been over 2.5 goals. So that's not too bad. However, I'm looking for even more information if I can. So if you look at the preview section, you scroll up a little bit, it gives you a couple of nice wee features like insights. So how many goals they're scoring, how many penalties, shots on target. Mainz have won the previous 2 games against Wolfsburg. However, they haven't won an away game in the last 11 matches. So all this kind of feeds into making decisions about whether it would be an over 2.5 goals game. For me, I probably wouldn't go for this, even though you've got a team that's got 4 out of their last 5 games have been over 2.5 goals. They're not winning games. So even at home, they're not winning. They've only won 1 out of 5 of the last games. Main, again, I'm looking how many times have they won away? 0. So again, that's a game that I wouldn't bet for over 2.5 goals. Next one down, Huddersfield. Again, same process. How many games have been over 2.5 goals? 1, 2. Barnsley, again, really, really poor. I don't even need to go into all the detail for that one because I'm definitely not going to pick that as an over 2.5 goal game. If I look for up the screen a little bit, so Leeds United under 23s, click on it. You've got only 2 games when they were at home have they hit over 2.5 goals. Manchester City. Now, I know this is a part of the kind of system that I use. If in the last 5 games any team have had 2 0-0 draws, it completely rules it out for me. I don't go near any other stats because a team that has 0-0 draws just aren't great for 2.5 goal games. So again, that's a game that I'm not going to pick. Manchester United game, got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 games out of the last 5 have got over 2.5 goals. Let's look at the away side. Arsenal, 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, that was really good stats. Although they have a couple of draws, 3 draws, 2 of them have been 2-2 and a 3-3. Also, it looks half decent. In the table, again, because they're really close together, that might kind of give me pause for doubt. So let's look at the head-to-heads. Last 3 games, it's been over 2.5 goals. You've even got a 6-goal game and a 4-goal game. So in this occasion, what I'm going to do is it's come up a favourite here, so I would start it, and then when you come out, if you look at the top, I've got following just in the top left there, and what it does is it actually puts it into my favourites box, so that when I actually going to say Bet365 to build my ACCA, what it does is it tells me the games that I've already favourited, and it also tells me what time the games kick off at. One of the real difficult, probably the hardest part of this research is trying to figure out the combination of games to play. Over the years, the best system that I can do is to actually do games that play as close to each other as possible. That way, if the first game loses, I can reload. Again, yeah, that might sound as if you're going to lose money, but the amount of research that I'm putting into every single game, it's just frustrating if if the teams just can't put it in the net, or you get disallowed goals, or just the two teams don't turn up, no matter what the stats say. So I would try and reload, because I've already got maybe a fivefold. First game's lost. So if you do it by time, rather than, you have a game at 12 o'clock, then you have one at 3 o'clock, then you have one at 5 o'clock, and that, it's kind of frustrating. If maybe the middle one at 5 o'clock loses and you've only got 2 games left. So that's my little tip, is to kind of trying to get the right combination. But if it depends on how many games you've got. If you've only picked 5 games for the whole card, then it doesn't matter what time you're playing it, because those are your 5 main ones. So pretty much that's how I would pick over 2.5 goal games. Just doing a little bit of research. You can look at some stats sites as well, who are really useful. As much information as possible that you can use. I'll try and build them that way, and that's how I usually pick over 2.5 goal games. Hopefully this gives you a little of an indicator as to how I do my research and how I post the bets. If you get any questions, just drop me a message. Cheers, bye bye.